Well, hello. Today we start again our daily meditations with Olga Kostrova and Jan Hutchins. Where are you?
I'm busy meditating. I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, so indeed what I suggest us to do, all of us who are watching our video with us, is let's 30 seconds just sit quietly and relax from the very busy day. Long inhale. Very long, relaxing exhale, and just for 30 seconds, slow down your thoughts. Well, I made it very quick, 30 seconds. How about that? And today, let's have a conversation about, by the way, for those who don't know what we do with our daily meditations, me and my lovely husband, Jan, we, from comfort of our home, have a conversation with you on Hangouts. So as you see, he is there in the bedroom. Say something so we see you for some reason.
So you can see me, and I can tell that I'm here, and I am here.
Okay, so he is in our bedroom, and I am in our living room. And behind me, you guys see Shivas. So in a moment, I will ask Jen to read what this statue means. But let me tell you what we will talk about today. Usually we pick up completely random subject and just have a conversation with Jen, share with you whatever arises in us. So you later, if you want, you can ask questions or make suggestions on what you would like us to reflect next time. So today, my lovely client, Anna, that I love dearly, as all of you guys, asked me to have a reflection on, and here is a question for you, Jen. So you don't even know what we will be talking about, so here's the question.
Exciting.
Exciting, right? Yeah. So the question is following. Why there are so many singles in the world? Everybody wants love. Everybody looking for love. But it's so hard to find someone to be on the journey with. Here we go. Jen, why do you think is that? And if you want, at some point, if it's relevant, you can read that laminated paper that I put in our bedroom. It's usually stands right here behind, in front of our statue, Shiva. So here we go. Question for you, Jen. Why is that?
Great. I will try my best to weave in the meaning of Shiva, Nataraj, in the process of my opening response to Anna. It's because we are indeed, as Shiva, we're dancing in a ring of fire. Shiva represents creation and destruction, the apocalypse in some ways, and is the source of all the movement in the cosmos. But because we've been singed by our life experiences, because of all the burning, the symbol of the flames around there, the number of times our urge to love, our natural ability to be love in the world, has been thwarted or abused or in some way not met. Terrible way in which we operate as young people and how cruel we are to one another, and that we learned, many of us, the wrong ways to love in our family of origin, that we are at struggle and we are trying to find a way to dance, as Shiva represents, the ability to learn to dance in the midst of this turmoil. And the symbol that really might work best is if you look behind Olechka, you'll see the right hand of Shiva is in this don't worry position. It's in the don't worry position. Just stop, as we did at the beginning for the meditation, and don't worry. If we can reach just that state, you can, I believe, as a single or otherwise, begin to have a different way of holding this. Instead of letting all of the past experience project out onto everybody you meet and see and create a story which blocks you from ever getting to actually meet them or let them see you, you could begin to reopen your heart and take the chance of just, as Olechka said at the beginning, take 30 seconds when you meet someone and rest, relax, get quiet before you start your story about what they ought to be and how it ought to be and what you ought to do and what they're going to do and is this dangerous and is this safe. And So I think that we pass one another all the time in life, and because of all of the story we carry and all the fear we carry and all the past experiences that block it, don't ever give each other a chance. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's a wonderful one. I love that. I think it makes total sense. Do you guys agree?
Olechka, so you came into my world and you went, you, strange Negro fellow, you're something special, and you stopped me in my tracks with your energy and made me see you. You're so beautiful. Everybody was looking, but like most people, I'm in the midst of fear, and I'm so much older than her, and why would she pick me when every man in the room wants her? You made the choice. You, as a woman, took control of the situation. And is there anything you want to say or any advice you want to give around that?
Okay, so I took a few questions really right there. Taking control, is that what you're asking? Give me specifics, because I don't want to sidetrack with my answer. What is specific about taking control?
Well, when we talk about this and I say, yes, I picked her, you go, oh, no, you don't. No, you didn't. I picked you. And then you control the scene. You're the one who brought the gift that said, the piece of paper and said, yes. Whatever question you want to ask me, yes is the answer. And
I think you need a story to tell, because you're giving it out of context. Can you quickly tell what you're referring to?
2 weeks into our dating, Olechka shows up with a gift. We had, I believe both of us had fully decided we loved one another and had not yet fully discussed it. And she shows up with this beautiful gift. The box is right up here. Keep it in our altar in the bedroom. And she said, here's the gift. Beautiful little jewelry box sort of thing. I open it. There are 2 pieces of paper inside. One says, I love you. Beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. I love you too. I'm getting tingly when I talk about it. And I open the second piece of paper, and written on it is the word yes. Shocked, spinning. I say, what's this the answer to? And she said, any important question you ask. I'm no fool. I mean, look at this woman, and as you have the chance to meet her and indulge in her consciousness, I'm going to have this woman with me the rest of my life, and so I asked the right question. So that's what happened in this instance. So what were you doing? What was your way of being brave enough, bold enough to take control of the situation the way you did?
Let's see. So first of all, word brave doesn't come to me. I don't consider that it was brave. Apparently I don't consider that it was brain either. So it's matter of recognition and be transparent and honest with myself and another one. So I knew what I want, and I give you a chance to meet me in the same place without story put on top of it. I didn't tell you let's get married. I didn't tell you let's be together for the rest of the life. I didn't tell you any of that. I give you yes as a yes to life, yes to whatever arises within these 2 people. And you could make your choice, right? Choice was not imposed on you. You made a choice and you asked a question that mattered to you, right? And you knew that you don't have to worry about anything. You don't need to be scared how I react to your proposal or how I perceive it. Do I think you're a fool? Do I think you're too fast? Do I think, oh, la, 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 la. You know how the mind creates all the fears and all the story. So people don't act on what the actual essential impulse is, what desire is. People don't act on the essential wants, right? And that's how we stop life from unfolding, because that's the only way how universe can speak to us, is through our desires. Well, maybe not the only one, but one of the main ones. When there is a desire, there is this creative impulse. This is invitation from the universe to take action, whatever action is. I have a desire for, I don't know, creating painting. So I create the painting and I communicate my creativity to others, right? Or I have a desire to connect with another being. In order for me to connect, there should be recognition of that desire in me and recognition by another human being, this desire as well, right? So through our wants and desires, universe communicate with us. And a lot of people start, I hear it all the time, they complain, oh, but nothing happening, I'm not lucky, universe doesn't hear my wishes and that and other. But we stop acting on our want too early. We recognize it, sometimes we're unconscious of it, or we become subject to judgments. Yes, but if imagine I could have so many judgments in my head before doing it, right? I could, oh, but what he will think, and it would stop me. Or, oh, but I'm a woman, he should do it. I mean, all that stuff that is simply a result of some social conventions, social agreements, cultural agreements, and you name it. When you're looking for truth above all, and for me that's above all, above my happiness, about happiness, above happiness of others, above probably everything else is the, do I meet truth? Do I meet myself and another human being in the place of truth? Is it an honest place we meet? That's important for me. Okay? And if I wouldn't act accordingly to this, let's call it value, what happens spontaneously would not happen, because I would find so many ways to stop myself from speaking up my truth, right? And that's what everybody does. We do it all the time, one more than others, one more conscious of it than others, therefore they don't allow their thoughts to be on the way. Thoughts always arise, fear always arises, it's just how we are trained, the mind trained to fear. The ego is trained to fear because that's a component of the ego, fear. If there's no fear, there is no polarities in it, right? So fear has to be part of our human experience, but there is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it, and it does not have to have power to stop us from manifesting. Funny word, manifesting, right? But we use it so much, overuse it. Manifesting our destiny, and again, word destiny is overused too. But I hope you understand, guys, what I'm trying to actually speak. The words are just pointers. I'm just trying to point, and I hope you feel what is it I'm pointing to. And I'm not pointing to be brave. That's not about bravery. Again, bravery is all the idea of the ego. And it's not overcoming fear. It just flow a little bit more lightly. There always will be people who impose their values on you, or their codex of morality, whatever the heck it means. Morality is so different from culture to culture, from group to group. But they will impose it on you. They will impose on you the ethics. Ethics, is that pronunciation in English? We always subject to hypnosis, mass hypnosis, that we are in the midst of. From the media, from the people who teach us, teachers, from our parents, from our ex-lovers, we are always subject to propaganda of any kind, propaganda of different values, but we don't have to be subject to that. It's our own conscious choice what not to believe in. I don't say what to believe in, because if you ask my humble opinion, I always say don't believe in anything. Don't believe in anything. Let truth arise in you and meet the truth as it is from your experience. Don't believe in books, don't believe in gurus, don't believe in teachers, don't believe in teachings, don't believe in even science. Don't believe. Every belief is invitation for suffering, because one day you will have another belief and that one will become obsolete, and that's a conflict right there. So don't believe, experience it. And love is to be experienced. But if you're not dropping from your head to your heart, we usually say these words. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that head drops to heart. You get it, right? But we have to use vertically. So when we get out of our heads and just present to what's happening, and act on it, not bravely or not bravely, not through fear or not through, forget about what's on the way in the mind is irrelevant. Talking will always happen, but just act on it like a child, almost out of curiosity. So what's life is offering to me? This is the impulse I'm feeling. What's life is offering to me? Let's go. Of course, I don't invite you to act on desires to harm other people. No, 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 no. That is not what we're talking about. I truly believe, if the word believe is there to believe, that life is divine, life is sacred, and we have no what's the word? Right, wrong word, right? Prerogative to harm another life. It just we can't. But if two adult people meet and there is no pain to be caused, no harm to be caused, play, act on your impulse. If you want to talk to a stranger, come and talk. How many times, guys, you have this situation where you're passing by some stranger and something caught your eye. It doesn't have to be appearance. It doesn't have to be flirtatious look. It's something, and maybe you don't even know what it is. I don't mean that this person will become your lover or your partner for life. I don't know what they will be in your life. Maybe nothing. But you didn't check. You didn't try to find out, did you? You passed by and thought, oh, I wish, I wish he talked to me. No, he didn't talk to you, and you still wish, and you'll keep wishing, and your wishful thinking takes you nowhere. You feel impulse, I want to find out what he, I don't know, she read today, or what thought he had when he had a cup of coffee. I don't know what conversation you want to strike, you know, or where he bought what funny shoes that he's wearing. Whatever, doesn't matter. Through words we connect very often, so use those silly words and go and connect. Make a joke. Get him out of the reality, because everybody's stuck in their heads. Get them out of the reality so they can see you. Not hear you, but see you. Yes?
Fascinating. This drives me to one sort of cautionary point, is the number of people who are, because of the fear, get into a situation, kind of a cynical, angry manipulation. Many men feeling hurt, feeling afraid, feeling small, try to take, manipulate, and coerce their way into relationship with women. That's a scary sort of way that keeps many people shy and afraid.
Yes, let me address that, okay? The reason why I want to address it, because due to my many experiences and many extreme experiences, observations that I had, there is definitely plentiful I can add to this topic. So first of all, let me share you this thought. Person who needs nothing cannot be manipulated. Okay? I really want you guys to be very clear about that. If you are not in the place of neediness of something particular, there is nobody in the world can manipulate you. As long as you need something and someone can read it, you can be hypnotized in anything. And by word hypnotize, I mean manipulated. Right? Hypnotize means that you are not conscious. You're not conscious, and it's very easy to subject your mind, unconscious mind, to whatever trick I want to play with you, to whatever pleasure I want to promise you, or whatever accomplishments or whatever gift, I don't know, what reward you're looking for, what is it you need, right? In terms of needs, and again, this is the big subject in terms of love, and I work with my clients all the time on that, and it's quite fascinating. We were so brainwashed by social values that support our economy and otherwise, that all our relationships including that love in relationships are almost 100% transactional. Well, maybe 99.9, I don't know, right? By transactional, I mean I need something and you need something. Let's exchange, okay? So that's what we do. We meet in a marketplace for exchange of satisfaction of our needs. It would be okay if we knew exactly what is the currency. You know, how do we value the exchange? Because when we meet at first, we're so blindsided, that exchange feels very fair. But as we go along in relationship, we all have different needs, and we perceive the needs of other in different way than needs actually are. Then we have our own needs, and our ego creates a lot of value around our own needs. So now, with every exchange, then there is always this thought happens that we don't see very often. Oh, is it valuable exchange? And you know it probably if you hear your friend, and I bet everybody have this friend that says, I give usually about our exes, I give him or her everything, and what did I get in return? Did you hear that before?
Oh, yes.
Did you say that before?
Probably.
Right? So here we go. We start to evaluate our transactions, because it's the only way to go. In business, you evaluate transaction. You measure your return on investment, do you? So this is how transaction goes. This is how marketplace goes. It has to be value for your investment. And this is a huge invitation for a huge fall, huge failure, if you wish to use that word, in a relationship. There is no love beyond transaction. Don't you see that? It's purely transactional. It's purely transactional, very, very shallow level. To find a relationship and meet person in love, really love, not in love like chemical. That's easy. That's easy. Just go change partner every two weeks. The endorphins will run like there is no tomorrow, and you will just have a lot of fun. But then there is a fall. There is a fall, and it's not always, as you know, fall in love. It's just fall. It's chemical fall and huge disillusionment. And then very often people, it program them, the failure, the fall, program them not to do it again, because they know that fall will be hard. And reward, effect of the reward on investment is not always kind of worth it, because sometimes, you know, you have chemical bubbling for 2 weeks, you have animalistic sex, that's fun, you know, like rabbits, ding, 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 that's good. But then the fall can be very painful, because in that fall, we meet our loneliness. Discover how really, actually lonely we are. And for some, it means unloved. How unloved we are. That's how the mind interpreted this fall. Right?
So many people wind up living lives, you know, they will live this up and down as you describe, and then at about 35, 40 years old, they just turn off. Not going to go there anymore, shut it all the way off.
Yeah, because they invested so much of the energy in the transactional world, and they can't find the fair transaction. I mean, there's kind of individual fair transaction happens, but the relationship that give you 100% of transactions fair, quite impossible, because when someone wins, there's another person who loses probably somewhere there, as long as we have perception of value of our needs and perception of what transaction should look like, right? So that's just the invitation for misery for all your life, and for aloneness or pretend love. I saw it all the time. You know, it's easy. I'm going to post this video on Facebook and go scroll a few days later and just keep looking how much fake love relationships are out there. People post, and 2 weeks later they break up. They post this, oh, I found the love of my life, my relationship status changed. I just love that. I usually love that. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. And then 2 weeks later, I'm single again, break up. Oh, I'm so happy single. Good. And then again, and the circle goes on and goes on and goes on, because we cannot get out of marketplace. We even have, it's just amazing. I was fascinated by this expression when I heard it first here in the West. I'm on the market again. I'm single, which means I'm on the market. What? Wow, that sounds pretty delicious.
Let me look at the price tag on this filly.
Exactly, that's delicious to be on the market. Wow. So here we go. If you want to find love, find yourself beyond your needs. Drop there. Drop beyond your needs. Drop beyond your ego. Drop in this vast, amazing mystery of life and mystery of who you are beyond your thoughts, pre-programmed and post-programmed, beyond those belief systems, expectations, judgments. Drop beyond. Drop beyond and meet another being every time, every moment. Remind yourself that you're meeting someone on the market, transactional market, and get out. Get out. Unconditional love means just that. There is no condition. I give you my love, because more love I give, more love I feel. It's rewarding to me to love you. I don't need any additional rewards from you. Everything you decide to give me, it will determine, I don't know, maybe I'll be going to be together for all our life or that or another. There is a lot of character clashes will be happening and that, and this can be dealt with. But as love goes, love is all there is. There is no transactional value to the love itself. I love you because love is here. That's why I love you. There's no other reason. Not because you're pretty or good or you have great body or you have great clothes or you have multi-million-dollar house and billion-dollar assets and funny car. I don't know what the heck would define your ideal partner. Not because you're a good mother and you can give pretty children. Or, I don't know. No, I love you because love is what I am right now in the moment. Transparent, vulnerable, beyond all the thinking. I'm like a child, curious to meet life where it is. And where it takes me, we will just see. We'll just have to see. Yes?
So to go back to the Shiva and also to take one more layer of Anna's question.
Mm-hmm.
Shiva says the purpose of the dance is to release us from the illusion of the idea of self, which is the fundamental of what we talk about and how we work with clients, and of the physical world, the illusion of the physical world. And the gestures of the dance represent the 5 activities. Creation, symbolized by the drum. You can't quite see it, but there are lots of arms there. So protection by the fear not hand gesture. Destruction by the fire. Embodiment by the foot planted on the ground. And the foot planted on the ground is planted on a little cherub-looking creature, which is described as ignorance, defeating the ignorance of this knowledge of the illusion of self, and release, the hand held aloft. And we're dancing away in this symbol the illusory world of Maya, the illusion, transforming it into power and enlightenment. And so in this final layer, I think perhaps part of the reason, if there's an unconscious force stopping people from getting into relationship, is that very frequently, and you began our work in these speeches, I mean, little recordings we're doing, by saying that maybe the most challenging layer of spiritual work is relationship. And that there could be an anticipation or the realization that in relationship I have repeatedly been forced to face my illusions about the existence of self, and I don't want to give it up. And thus it's easier to
right?
Yeah, it's easier to go from relationship to relationship and get to that and then run, or get to that and then fight, or get to that and resist, and to let it go and give up this sense of self and ego. So maybe that's inherent in some of the issues. But
exactly. And if you want to fix, not you, Jen, I don't think you have much to fix at all. But if anybody is in relationship that feels like it's failing, relationship is failing, and it needs some repair, the first thing you can do, of course, both need to be there, is drop yourself. What it means, a probably conversation for another time. But if you can understand me, please do just that. Drop that rigid self that you constructed and for which you're holding on so hard. And oh, but she doesn't give me what I need, and I'm not getting what I deserve from him, and all that. Drop that completely. Forget the past and meet person again right now as she or he is, vulnerable beyond their own fears, to lose you, to be unloved, to be lonely or alone, to be there to another, unsafe, and give them your undivided attention right now. Undivided love, not transactional. And you don't need to worry, oh, does it mean that I'm always will be sacrificing myself and that and another? I'm not going there, even though I have a lot to say there too. But don't think about tomorrow. Meet person in fully in love, which is present. Love is not tomorrow. Love is not yesterday. Love is in every single moment. Every single moment. Every single moment you are present, every single moment you are conscious. That's what the love is. If you're not conscious, there is no love. You can call it so, and people call it so. It's not love. It's your mind's construct. That's what it is. If you're not present, and majority of people most of the time, as you know, are completely unconscious like zombie. Right? Become present now, right now as I speak. And then I say now again. And second from now is now again. New now. Every time, every second, every moment. Be conscious, be present, be attentive to another being. Forget yourself. I know there is a lot of questions. What? Forget myself, but I'm important. No, you're not. And we can have a conversation about it at that time if you want to reflect on that, if you want us to reflect. Under the video, please leave your note and ask us to reflect on that or another subject, whatever questions you have. But to conclude it for today, no, you're not important. Accept it. You will hate it. You will be desperate about it. And that the fact you're not really important. You don't even exist. And that's conversation for tomorrow or another day. So meet another in love, in complete presence, with your complete undivided attention. This open heart, vulnerable, that need nothing from another being. Just being there is beautiful and enough. And bathe in this enoughness of the moment with another person, that you can share, that you're blessed to share the moment with another life that is unbounded, undiscovered. You think you know the person. You think that you know that you discovered that you know nothing. You know the surface. You don't know this magnificent depth that you didn't even open. Or what is the word? What is the word?
Scratch the surface.
Yeah, didn't even scratch the surface. I like that. Didn't even scratch the surface. Right? So go and discover what you're about to abandon because she or he doesn't satisfy your needs, apparently. Before abandoning, before leaving, before turning your back on something that one time of your life you loved, you dropped and you met this person in love. And now you're about to turn away because something in your ego is not clicking really well there. Well, that's your problem. I'm sorry. It's not a personal problem, not a being. It's your problem. Well, of course, there is a lot to add to that, to conflict and notions of relationships, and we might talk about it before, sometime later on. But for now, that's about it. Meet another in love. But for that, drop out of your sense of self. Drop it. Relax, completely relax. Just breathe. Big inhale, big exhale. Be present, be now, be with another being. Bless them with your presence. And right now, Jen and I, we wish you a very, very joyful day. We wish you be showered by love and shower another one, everybody you touch as you meet them. Touch physically or by your look or otherwise, everybody you touch, may they will enjoy your presence.
In the midst of Maya, in the circle of fire, dance.
Yes, yes. Much love to you, lovers. See you soon. If you have questions or suggestions, leave it underneath of the video and we will meet you again for our daily meditations. Enjoy.